But if you add AI, well, it's kind of an exponential opportunity, but it's exponential risk as well. Do you think it requires more systems thinking than perhaps we had before, for instance?
I think it certainly involves systems thinking, not least because those digital technologies are commercially controlled in a very different way to technologies or solutions that you could purchase and use. So everything that's provided as a service, of course, implies a level of service agreement between yourself and a commercial provider. And if those commercial providers are dominated by one or two nations, then in a defense sense, that becomes problematic because you're not always going to see eye to eye, and you do require some degree of autonomy or sovereignty to do as you wish to do. So despite the requirement to deal with all this data, leverage AI models, etc., when you look at the infrastructure requirements to support them, they're not necessarily optimized at the national level.
That's right.
That's problematic, at least the changes as you're thinking through that. So that's one level of complexity. And if that's the case, it actually turns to the resilience conversation, which is similar to cyber. If you were experiencing a cyber attack and you went offline, then you will have a recovery point objective and a recovery time objective, and you'd see how you're actually going to go through that degree of resilience planning. Well, if you're entirely invested in using dual-use technologies that are supra-national, you may be in a position, whether it's through attack or through policy choice and divergence, having to figure out very quickly, how do you get back to a recovery point which is acceptable to maintain your minimal level of service? And so to an extent, there's a read across between those two models, and understanding that can be complex.